Yeah, so my name is Vincent Bezecourt. I'm from France, southwest of France, near Bordeaux. Yeah, super small village in the countryside. I think less than 300 people, to be honest with you. There's not even like a store, a convenience store. So after middle school, I went to Bordeaux, the main city, to play like a sport etude, which is combining, football and studies in the same area, I would say. So at 16 years old, I wasn't living at my parents anymore, and I was so comfortable there. I had my best friends. I was playing football. I was partying a lot. Being a student, it was so fun, but I knew that I needed something bigger in order for me to grow up as a person, yeah. And this is when I made the jump to go to New York.
Doors are closing.
Yeah, it's just New York, the culture, everything. I've always dreamed of it. And for me, when I got this offer from this small college in Brooklyn, there was a no-brainer, and I just went for it. All the classes were in English, and I could barely understand. So every day I was spending maybe 2 hours, 3 extra hours in the library just translating every other class. But on top of that, you have like 2 sessions with the team, a gym session, a field session, and yeah, it was like super challenging for me to get used to the intensity of my new life there. This is where I grew up the most. Yeah, I remember my parents when they came for my diploma celebration. They even told me to my face, I'm like, wow, you've really changed. And that's why this was in only 2 years, and I could sense it, the way I interact with people, the way I think also about life, the way I opened up my mind, I think was very important. And so I think living abroad, being on your own, it makes you grow as a person a lot, for sure.
Next station, Tanjong Pagar.
And then this is when I got scouted from the New York Red Bulls, and this is when I realized, okay, I can make the jump to professional football. It was a big change going from US college to MLS preseason in terms of intensity, the players, the facilities, the infrastructure, everything. And yeah, I knew that technically I was good enough, and the coach was telling me that. But yeah, physically he had to bring me to another level for me to compete at that level. To be fair, my last year before my contract expired, I wasn't performing enough. I was still struggling with money, and I knew that it was gonna be tough to stay in New York because of they have a quota where you cannot have like as many foreigners, or if you're a foreigner, you need to be performing. I actually had a few options in that division, but Miami, I think the city chose for me. And it was a great decision because that year was the COVID year where everything closed down pretty much, and Miami was probably the most open city in the world, I would say. So didn't really feel COVID there, and yeah, I had a great time, being on my bike, going to the beach, going training. It was a fun time for me. Yeah, so I was in Miami, and I felt like my time in the US was maybe over, I couldn't see myself going back to MLS. Yerevan came at Ashket, and yeah, I just did a little bit of research on Google about the team and the club, and I just went for it. And luckily we won the league. We managed to play some Champions League, some Europe Champions League and Europa League qualifiers, and Europa Conference League group stage, which was unbelievable for me. It was always like a small gym outside to play a European competition. I was lucky enough because a lot of friends came to visit me that time, because Yerevan, Armenia was in a conflict with Azerbaijan, so they didn't really care about COVID either. I knew it was a temporary situation because as much as I enjoyed my life there, football-wise, it was very unhealthy environment for me. Politics, decisions, a lot of things went against me. You know, payments, had to fight for pretty much everything. They put a lot of pressure on me. So yeah, I wanted to get out of Armenia because of that. And I was like, hey, why not go to Budapest to try to find a team in Budapest, great city. So I go on LinkedIn, which is funny because like football players, we don't really connect on LinkedIn. But I went there and I connected with this agent who knew my profile already. And he told me, I know they're only looking for wingers, but I have a team in Singapore looking for a 10 if you want. I'm still quite young, like an experience in Asia could be cool. Played in the US, played in Europe. Why not to try in Asia, you know? And I knew Singapore was a well-developed country, English-speaking country. I know it would be easy for me to connect and integrate myself here. So yeah, I just went for it. And for me, Singapore is where I enjoyed my football the most because obviously as foreigners, we play a big role, so the team plays for you and with you. But also, there's a lot of space, and obviously a player like me, for my profile, I love to have space. But here I can actually, like, you know, body people. So yeah, this is one thing, and the climate does a lot here because it's super hot, super humid. You cannot really keep your shape for 90 minutes, and that's why in Singapore especially you see a lot of goals. The squad that the club built this year is stronger than the last 2 years, so it would be very nice if you can get a continental spot in AFC next year. So I think this is the club's objective. Obviously it would be hard to compete with Sailors, which is the richest team in Singapore by a lot. Yeah, so my first year I was sharing housing with all the foreigners, so it was super easy to connect with them anyways. Last year I was sharing with one foreigner, this year I'm sharing with my number 4, and I get along super well with him. But you know, in Singapore people come and go, so it's never easy to have to keep a group that stays for a long time. For me, life outside football is as important as football itself, and yeah, I've been traveling a lot. Been to, obviously everybody talks about Bali. Went to Bali I think 4 times in the last 2 years. Thailand twice, Vietnam twice, and yeah, whenever I have friends traveling, I try to take them somewhere, which is cool. And lucky enough, Singapore is a great place to travel to. So I've had family members, a lot of friends coming to Singapore, which is very enjoyable for me. Every Sunday we got a little FaceTime session, and yeah, you know, through WhatsApp groups, stuff like that. So actually, I think now I'm probably closer to them than I was in the past, even though I've been, you know, living abroad and working abroad for 10 plus years. Well, I know that they will love for me to be closer to them, especially my mom, I think. But I think they're pretty proud of what I've accomplished so far, the places I've been to, and the way I grew as a person too. I think this is the most important.